JIT-TV, just in time.
Sanibonani babukela emakhaya, and a very warm welcome to JIT-TV News, where we bring you nothing but politics, business, sports and entertainment all in one experience. Igama lami Andile Gugulethu, intombi yakwaCindi uMahlaba. Let's take a look at your headlines for today. Zwane Investments fund rehabilitation of Bulawayo Old Gwanda Road. Kuvimba pumps $100 million into Great Dyke Platinum Project. Beijing criticizes new US sanctions on companies over pilot training, weapons and development. RBM records a 187 billion loss. Now, the country's road network has deteriorated greatly due to the lack of finance to maintain and rehabilitate it and build new driveways. This has coincided with the difficult economic situations triggered by Western sanctions. With Western sanctions in place, the country cannot secure any long-term support from the Bretton Woods institution and other leaders. As a result of the punitive measures, the economy is struggling, thus does not have enough resources to work on large-scale road works on the scope and speed that meet demand. But despite the challenges, the government has been fighting to maintain and build new roads under the Emergency Road Rehabilitation Program Phase 2. Analysts say former African National Congress Secretary General Ace Magashule's casting of aspersions and constant challenging of the credibility of the disciplinary structures left the party with little room but to expel him. Magashule was found guilty of misconduct when he unilaterally attempted to suspend party president Cyril Ramaphosa. He refused to apologize to the presidency and the party structures. The ANC's National Disciplinary Committee confirmed that it had expelled the former Secretary General after he failed to give reasons as to why he should not be kicked out of the party within 7 calendar days.
Disciplinary hearing on charged member Elias Khubelo Magashule. The charges: 1, the charged member was charged with 2 counts of misconduct for contravening Rule 25 of the ANC Constitution. Count 1, the ANC alleged that the charged member contravened Rule 12.17.12 of the ANC Constitution, in that on or about 3rd May 2021, the charged member wrote a letter to the President of the ANC, in which he unilaterally suspended the President, purporting to have the necessary authority to do so, and doing so without consulting and obtaining the necessary authority to do so from the officials, the NWC and the NEC, as required in terms of Rule 25.6, read together with Rule 25.70 of the ANC Constitution, thereby undermining the respect for or impeding functions of any structure or committee of the ANC. Count 2, the ANC alleged that the charged member contravened Rule 25.17
JIT-TV, just in time.
Building the brand. This is where you have to be to get where you want to be. Exploring companies and businesses that are thriving and leading is what we are all about. I am Mazim Bofu, your host, that will be bringing to you big cooperatives and relevant people that will be sharing with you their journeys of successes, failures, and lessons learned in their businesses, from humble beginnings to global success. Catch me, Mazim Bofu, on Building the Brand.
JIT-TV, just in time.
now on to the African news for today. Now, during the year that ended on 31 December 2022, Reserve Bank of Malawi made a comprehensive loss of 187.5 billion kwacha. This is according to a consolidated and separate annual financial statements posted on the bank's website, which addresses the performance and the financial of the bank and its subsidiary Export Development Fund. The statement shows RBM made a loss of 187.5 billion kwacha and a profit of 77 billion kwacha. Experts say when the bank makes losses, it means it cannot sustain itself and the government could be forced to bail it out. Malawi, though, is still facing a forex crisis, and a devaluation only pushed up prices of various goods and services. And now on to the international news for today. Now, the New York Times has reported that a bipartisan group of American lawmakers has asked the Biden administration to punish South Africa for what it sees as the country's support of Russia's war in Ukraine. The paper says that this would be by moving the AUGA trade conference scheduled to be held in South Africa this year to another country. The New York Times said the request was made in a letter sent by the group of politicians last week. It says that this is the first concrete effort at retaliation by members of the U.S. government over the growing view in Washington that South Africa's relationship with Russia is moving in a direction that threatens America's national interests. Now, the Gold Mafia documentary became televised on the Al Jazeera channel.
Nonsensical documentary, a racist propaganda tool.
They have a right to sell their gold anywhere. In fact, I encourage Mnangagwa bust the sanctions.
The government of Zimbabwe is incurring no risk, but it receives the tax.
Please wake up to the reality and the real scam that's taking place here.
Nothing but the best interesting stories and the hottest ones on the alternative view.
The revolution shall be televised.
Let's quickly get down now to the business side of news for today. Now, Great Dyke Investments, which is developing a platinum mining project in Dowendale, says it has pumped close to $100 million into the mega project as it prepares to kickstart operations. State-owned Kuvimba Mining House assumed full control of the mine after a Russian firm, Aframet rather, a joint venture partner in the project, withdrew as a result of Western countries' global sanctions against Russia, which also applied to Russian investments abroad. GDI, a mining project leader and chief operating officer Monashe Shava, told journalists on Friday during a tour of the mine that they will not look for foreign investors. Now, Zimbabwe expects to tie durable and game-changing deals from its participation in the 18th edition of the Confederation of India Industry Eximbank conclave in India-Africa Growth Partnership that began yesterday. Vice President Constantino Chiwenga arrived yesterday in India. The conclave runs until Friday. On Monday, Zimbabwe's ambassador to India, Dr. Godfrey Chibare, said preparations for the conclave were going on very well. He said apart from attending the conclave, Vice President Chiwenga would also meet his Indian counterpart and India's Minister of Health. Dr. Chibare said as the Zimbabwean embassy in New Delhi, they were honored to be given the opportunity to welcome the esteemed delegation led by a Vice President.
Welcome to Azambezi River Lodge, Victoria Falls. Nestled on the banks of the mighty Zambezi River, right on the edge of the national park, Azambezi occupies the most unique and finest spot with the tranquility and seclusion every traveler seeks. Each of its well-appointed rooms is either garden or river facing, allowing you to soak in the serenity of the environment. The award-winning restaurant Amlonga offers delectable cuisine, which includes our famous high teas. To explore Victoria Falls from this fine location, book any of our packages now. Azambezi River Lodge. Relax, refresh, replenish.
And now on to your JIT-TV News weather report. And now on to your sports news for today. The Highlanders Football Club have dismissed reports linking former Zimbabwe international Kuda Mahachi to the Bulawayo Soccer Giants. The 29-year-old left-footed attacking midfielder has been inactive for almost 14 months now following allegations of child abuse and attempted murder, which led to South African Premier League club SuperSport United suspending him before they decided to not renew his contract when it expired in June 2022. Mahachi, who was acquitted of the 2 charges, has been club hunting, trying to relaunch his career. The links to Highlanders comes after the former Warriors star failed to get a deal at South Africa's top flight side, Maritzburg United. And that is all from me to you. A huge thank you for joining me today. As always, kindly please comment and follow us to all our social media platforms at Twitter, Facebook and Instagram, or rather you can go to our website at www.JIT-TVzw. Signing out, it is Antile Gugulethu Intombi Awaqindu Mahlaba. Have yourselves an amazing day.
JIT-TV, just in time. The revolution shall be televised.